I am Samuel Dlamini. Origin Protocol wants to know about August 1994. Section J Building, Soweto. 14 residents died in 6 nights. Sleep paralysis, they said. Heart failure. The community blamed me. Said I brought the Tokoloshe. They were right. I did nothing to stop it. I watched good people die. Respected elders. Community leaders. People I had known for decades. I could have warned them. I chose not to. 29 survivors beat those 14 to death. Because of what I allowed to happen. I was arrested for conspiracy to murder. But that's not the whole truth. August 1994. Nelson Mandela was president for 4 months. But Soweto still felt like apartheid. Violence every night. Political factions fighting. Personal scores being settled. Section J was my building. 5 floors. 112 residents. I knew every family for 29 years. Then this small woman arrived. Maybe 30 years old. Said her name was Namsa. Claimed a cousin in 3B invited her. There was no cousin in 3B. But residents vouched for her immediately. Like they'd known her forever. She carried a small cloth bag. Never opened it in front of anyone. Moved into the basement storage room I cleaned. I should have asked questions. But the building felt calmer with her there. Domestic fights stopped. Children slept through the night. Even the old men smiled at her. She belonged here, they said. She was protecting us. The death started on Tuesday night. Mr. Mbeki from 4A. Found him in bed, eyes wide open. Heart attack, doctor said. Wednesday, Mrs. Zulu, 2C. Same thing. Thursday, 3 more. All respected people. Mbeki ran the community watch. Zulu helped young mothers with babies. By Saturday, 14 were dead. All from sleep paralysis leading to heart failure. The building was in shock. These were our pillars. Our elders. Our protectors. I watched families weep over good people. People I had served tea to. People who remembered my birthday. And I suspected Namsa. The timing was too perfect. She arrived, they died. But I said nothing. I was afraid of being called superstitious. Afraid of being blamed. So I swept their doorways. Helped carry their bodies. Pretended to grieve with everyone else. But inside, I was angry. Why was she killing the best of us? Sunday morning. Police surrounded Section J. New South African Police Service. Still had apartheid habits. Arrested 37 residents for ritual murder conspiracy. Including me. They said we summoned something to kill our neighbors. Witchcraft charges. The surviving 29 residents were furious. Blamed me specifically. Samuel brought the Tokoloshe. He's been here longest. He knows where she hides. They were right about everything except my guilt. In the police van, Mrs. Molefe spat at me. Those were good people, Samuel. Mbeki saved my son from gangsters. Zulu delivered my grandchild. And you let that thing kill them. I wanted to deny everything. But I couldn't. I had let it happen. I had protected something that murdered innocent people. In that van, surrounded by grieving neighbors, I decided to tell police where Namsa lived. Enough good people had died for my cowardice. The detective opened a thick file. Photographs. Police reports. Court documents going back years. Mr. Dlamini, do you recognize these people? Mbeki's photo. Rape charges from 1991. 3 women from our building. Case dismissed. Insufficient evidence. Zulu's file. Domestic violence report spanning 8 years. Husband hospitalized twice. No convictions. Page after page. All 14 dead residents. All with serious criminal records. Crimes against neighbors. Against their own families. Against children. Cases dropped due to lack of cooperation from victims. The detective leaned forward. These weren't random deaths, old man. Someone knew exactly who deserved to die. I sat in silence. My hands shaking. I had mourned rapists. Wept for wife beaters. Called child abusers pillars of the community. For 29 years, I had swept their floors. Brought them tea. Smiled at their faces. Never knowing what they did in darkness. The file kept going. More names. More crimes. More victims who lived in our building. The detective wanted Namsa's location. Tell us where she is, and charges are dropped. Stay silent, and you're an accessory to 14 murders. I thought about the victims. Not the dead. The real victims. Women who couldn't report rape because neighbors wouldn't believe them. Children too afraid to speak about abuse. Families terrorized by violence everyone ignored. Then I realized something else. Namsa never visited my basement office. Never spoke to me directly. But she knew I was there. Knew I kept building records. Knew which residents had complaints filed against them. She had been watching me for weeks. Learning who knew what. I was another target she chose not to take. A predator showing mercy to someone who enabled evil through silence. The detective tapped his pen impatiently. Where is she, Samuel? I looked at those files again. 14 monsters disguised as community leaders. I made my choice. I don't know any Namsa. 3 days later. The detective who interrogated me was found dead. Sleep paralysis. Heart failure. Same pattern as the 14 residents. His partner found evidence in his desk. Bribes from organized crime. Protection money for drug dealers. Files of rape cases he deliberately mishandled. Within a week, 4 more officers died. All connected to the original investigation. All with histories of corruption. The evidence they left behind exposed everything. Soweto Police Station was reorganized. Corrupt officers transferred or fired. Charges against the 37 residents were dropped. We were released without explanation. Namsa had vanished from the building. But her cloth bag remained in the storage room. I found it while cleaning. Empty except for a single photograph. Picture of our building from 1965. The year I started working there. She had been planning this for decades. Watching. Learning. Waiting for the right moment to clean house. Origin protocol shows me her file now. Tokoloshe. Mimicry, Art 006. Apex predator. Extreme danger to human populations. I don't dispute the classification. She was a killer. No question about that. But for 30 years, I believed I watched good people die. I mourned them. Felt guilty for enabling their deaths. Then I learned what they really were. And I understood why she spared me. Not because I was innocent. Because I was just cowardly. She could have visited my dreams too. Could have forced me to face what I enabled through silence. Instead, she used my knowledge. My records. My access. Made me complicit in justice I was too afraid to seek myself. The question isn't whether she was a monster. The question is whether monsters can serve justice. Whether predators can protect the innocent. I still don't know the answer. But I sleep better now than I did before she came.